Hello, welcome to our channel.
Hi boys and girls, ladies and gents, back again. I just thought I'd like to take this time just to have a little bit of a waffle. As always, I hope you can see me all right there. It's a bit dark. And the old camera keeps shaking. Never mind. Sod it. There you go. Just driving down the M4, stuck in traffic. Thought I'd share a little story with you. Little story about my dad, really. It's quite, you know, no matter how I look at it with fond memories. When I was young, I remember my mum telling me stories, because obviously I was too young, of the certain different jobs he had, and different capers, and different shit that he used to get up to. If I was to tell you that he was just a mischief maker, joker, but in a good way. He'd walk into a room and he'd be the life of the room. He really enjoyed life. Had a passion for love and life, and whenever something really ponged, really stank, he'd go ooh, and he'd whack it, bang it under your nose, and go ooh, smell that essence. You know what I mean? I swear he had a couple of screws. Probably where I get it from. But no, I'll get back to point. I'll keep going via, I believe, GPS off Safari reservation. But yeah, there's one that stuck out that he'd always tell me. My mum told me about that. He did a lot of security work. He liked doing security, and I must have been a nipper at the time, basically a baby. No, not a pig. And he used to do a lot of security, 72-hour shifts. I mean, give the guy his due. He loved his family and he worked bloody hard. He was a hard worker, like the graft for his family. Anyway, and he had a lot of security jobs. Now there is a couple that stick to mind. That one of them was, he did a lot of security in London when they were building the big office tower, big tower blocks and all the offices and stuff. My mum's going to correct me in the comments. I know she is. If I get it wrong, I probably have got it wrong because my memory is shit. It's really crap. But I remember her saying something about there was the building hadn't been finished and he'd stand on the scaffolding with his torch and do Morse code, because believe it or not, he was taught by his father how to read Morse code. And I always told him, I asked him, I said, look Dad, teach me how to do Morse code. But life's shit, and it is what it is. You can't complain. Never got round to it. Teaching me Morse code, and that was one of the security jobs. But my mum was always worried because of London being London. Certain parts have always been unsavoury. It's just, and some parts have been all right. It's like anywhere. Good. Anywhere's got its good and bad bits. Sorry if I can't talk properly. It's just I'm trying to concentrate. And the other one was, that was quite a dark one. He told me about he used to do security, but he had to locally. I can't remember. I think it was Aylesbury. In Buckinghamshire in the UK, for you guys and girls that ain't in UK. And he was told that he had to patrol this laboratory. Yeah, you know what's coming next. I'm going to make this as very respectful as I can. And I remember him telling the story quite well. All I remember him telling me was he walked in there and he went through a couple of double doors, and there was a bit. And there's basically double doors. I'm going to set out the scenario for you. Double doors, and then a big long corridor, like vinyl flooring, and just literally a big long corridor with loads each side, like cages. And my dad, bless him, he walked in there, he had a torch, and he said to me, I always remember that boy, because he used to call me boy. He always remember. He said, I always remember that, because as he walked down this big long corridor, it freaked him the fuck out. Excuse my French, but it did. It freaked him out. And as he said, I remember him saying, as he shone it on the floor and shone it to each, from the floor up to one to the left, up, and then to the floor, and then to the right, up. All he could see were all these eyes lighting up, looking back at him. And he said, as soon as he saw that, he went, "No, I'm not having this. This is crap." And he just left his stuff and walked out. I always remember him saying that. You know, this is a little vlog of me sharing the positive, good times with you guys. It's not about negativity or sadness. It's my diary, and I want to share with you guys, because caring is sharing, and it gets it off of my chest, gets it out of my head, and there you go. So I thought I'd share with you the little snippets. Oh, and before I go, another little thing I can remember about him. He was one awesome poker player. He could play poker. And I always said to him, look, teach me, I want to be, you know. But he never did. And do you know what, at the time I was really angry with him, because he wouldn't do it, you know, toys out of pram syndrome, like stamp your feet, you know, get a grip, bang it out, you know. Yeah. But now I look back, and I'm a bit older now, and I think back and I think, oh, you clever, yeah, you clever man. He didn't teach me because he didn't want me to follow in his bloody footsteps. Clever man. He always did that. He'd do stuff that at the time, there was always a method to his madness. Always. You know, he didn't... Sorry if I'm waffling on, guys. I like talking about it. It helps. But you know what? That guy, totally unselfish guy. He didn't have two halfpennies to rub together. But yeah, everything he had, if he had it, he'd give it to you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and he was that's where I get, me and my brother, we get it from. We're good at art. Very good at art. That's where we get it from. Because I always remember, because having, now, I don't know if I'm going to be corrected on this, but I do know that his brother was in the Hells Angels. But I do know my dad liked, he did a lot of like airbrushing and fine artwork on some of the Hells Angels and a lot of bikers' petrol tanks. Yeah, I could tell you loads and loads of stories like that. I mean, if you want to hear more about these sort of stories, you know, I'll know whether it's a good waffle or a bad waffle, because you know, the attention it gets. But I feel good because it's getting it out. Anyway, guys.